Hi everyone, how are we all doing today? Hope we're doing great. I just wanted to do a quick video to sort of explain a little bit more about myself, my personal journey, my Fool's journey in the Tarot. Now when I talk about the Fool's journey in the Tarot, it's from the beginning right up until the end. So there's the major events and then there's the minor events. So I relate my story very much to the Tarot, and that's why I'm so passionate about the Tarot, because it is a journey. Life is a journey with many tribulations, retributions, karma, minor events, everyday to-day events. But today I sort of want to discuss the major events of my life. This isn't an easy story to tell. I don't usually tell everybody my personal story, but I thought today I'd share a little bit about myself to everyone, just to really show that I'm human as well. The face I put on for the videos and the camera isn't really the true me. Okay, it is me, but there's a lot more to me than just the person you see reading the cards. So, I've had my gifts from childhood. Unfortunately with that, I was brought up in a Jehovah's Witness background, so I was brought up with very religious parents, and they considered them type of things as being evil. So for a lot of years I suppressed my abilities and my psychic skills, thinking that they were bad, sort of shut them down. It's only very recently that I've accepted who I am, I've accepted my abilities, and I'm very proud of them. I wish I'd have done this sooner, rather than being the age that I am now, 38. But, like I say, life's a journey. I've always been very caring, and I've always wanted to help people. That has been right there from the word go. So I did decide to work with children. I decided to do therapy with them. I've had therapy qualifications, diplomas in counselling children and adolescents. I was a youth worker and a nursery nurse. My background is very varied. I did initially start with the elderly, looking after the elderly, and I progressed up in that field of work. I then went on to have children, and then the shift work wasn't practical for me at that time. I was in the care system from being 5 years of age through childhood abuse and neglect. I then left the care system and eventually were allowed back with my parents. My parents had their own troubles with EV. My dad was a sufferer from lupus, which is that's close to my heart, very much so, is lupus. He had alcohol issues, alcohol addiction, which then would later impact my life, because when I lost my dad when I was 18, I turned to drink and I became an alcoholic. I suffered with that for many, many years, with that addiction. I've beaten it. I've come out the other side. I no longer drink anymore. I had a breakdown about 12 years ago, and I think that is where I changed my life. It made me realise that mental health is important. Addressing issues is important For me, I left it too late. It caused the breakdown. I went into therapy myself. I went into counselling myself, which is why I am such a strong advocate of therapy. Then I had 9 miscarriages in total. But the previous miscarriages I didn't come to terms with because I used alcohol as a way of coping. I had fear, and then a year after that I had another miscarriage. Now this miscarriage affected me immensely because I had to face this head on. Like I say, I no longer drink. So the emotions and the pain and the suffering from that hit me hard. And I ended up going on antidepressants for a year. I then came off the antidepressants and I was on a YouTube channel, and the Sebastian Rogers case had just broken out. I was very intrigued by this case, and I thought, why not? I'll get myself a deck of tarot cards. And that's how I originally learnt to use a tarot, through a true crime case. I then practised, did other true crime cases, but did not publicly publish these readings. I predicted Gypsy Rose's pregnancy. There's a numerous cases that I've done privately. And it just made me realise this is my passion. The tarot helped me on my own journey to recovery with mental health. I did readings on myself, I practised shadow work, healing, I looked into spirituality. I then attended a spiritual church and it has been a blessing. I get regular healing, messages from my loved ones. I feel constantly supported by my spirit guides since connecting with them and since strengthening my psychic abilities. I had a road traffic accident when I was 17. I nearly lost my life. I became unconscious. And this is why I'm a firm believer in the spirit world, because I actually saw spirit coming to get me in the back of the ambulance. I was told I would never walk again. I was told that my leg and my knee were severely damaged to the point they had to fly in specialised equipment to operate. I had internal bleeding. My parents wouldn't come to see me because I had to have blood transfusion, and again, Jehovah's Witnesses don't agree with blood transfusions. I experienced really bad mental health at that point because I was 6 months out of work and I was laid up, I couldn't move. I think that possibly where my depression stemmed from. At the time I didn't know this, I just thought I'm just poorly and in a lot of pain from a severe accident. And then the doctor said I'd never walk again. I thought, screw you, I am going to walk again. I am going to walk again, and I did. It took a long recovery, but I did. And I went back into working in the care field with the elderly, 12-hour shifts, night shifts, on a leg that had just been operated on. I was so determined to get back out there and not let it bother me. I do have arthritis now in this knee and it does bother me, but I still carry on. I got pregnant at a very young age. That did sort of turn my life around to some degree, but I still had a lot of trauma to deal with. I went through homelessness at one point in my early 20s. I had to go into an hospital while I was pregnant with my second daughter, Millie. All this unresolved trauma and tribulations just all piled on top of me. Alcohol wasn't cutting it anymore, and like I said, it led to a breakdown. I had a mental health team and everybody involved. It were an horrendous time for me, but I felt like after that breakdown I had a rebirth and I got my life back together. I went back to education, I got qualifications. I'm very proud of myself, very proud of my journey, and that journey's continued up to the age I am now. So this is just a little bit of background as to why I'm so passionate about tarot, and I'm so passionate about helping people, because I feel I've done the work myself. It is proven to help. It's helped me and it's helped many others that I've helped. Now, the process isn't easy. It's hard and it's raw, it's painful, and you have to confront things. But it's necessary for the change, because for me, I felt like the tower moment hit me when I went through the depression. Everything crumbled. But it's not all bad, because these things that have happened to me gives me great experience to help other people. The empathy and the understanding there. There's no matter what people tell me, I am not shocked, because I've been there and I've done that. I can relate. I sort of wear the t-shirt. Now, what was I going to say? I've forgotten. My mind's gone blank. So yeah, originally I wanted to help children that had gone through trauma and childhood issues like myself. I did enjoy what I was doing, but there's something missing. There's always been something missing. At 38, I think I finally found it. It's not a chore to me. I love doing what I do. Yes, I do charge for my services. I charge for my services because I have a family to support, and that is my main goal, is supporting my family and giving them the best that I never had. That's my legacy that I want to leave to them. I want to motivate them, inspire them, give them the drive and ambition. And if they see that the moments and role models doing that, hopefully they'll be aspire to be better. This is not, by the way, a sympathy call. I'm not wanting sympathy. I'm just telling my personal story to people, so I've got a personal understanding of who I am and why all of a sudden I'm on this journey of the tarot. I'm putting out my content, I'm putting up YouTube things, this, that, other. This is why, because now I've found my passion and I'm going to stick with it for a lot of years now. I'm hoping that I'll get stronger and stronger with my intuition. It's definitely there. I've tapped into it. I did do a lot of meditation to channel and get the third eye open. Now I don't no longer have to do that work. I can just look at a card and tap in. It's a beautiful gift, and it's one that I like to share with you all. Again, thank you for your continued support, subscribing, sharing, everything. It is much appreciated, because it isn't just for me at the end of the day, it's for my family. And I want to give them the best, as we all do as parents and as mums. We want to give our children the best. So thank you for listening, and sorry you've had to hear me drone on, but that's my story. Bye bye for now.